Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Shorts. I'm your host, Neil, joined as always by my brother from another mother, and your host, Derek.
Hill.
And together we bring you another shortened version of the Senate podcast. Now, you're liking the content. Like, comment, share, subscribe, dislike, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Most important word I just said is share the content so we can either build up this community, do like what we put in now, or if you dislike what we put in now, to stop what we are pushing and what we are doing. What you got for me on this episode of the Senate Shorts, my brother?
Well, all right, we got one for the spiritual word, my brother.
This could
and
go
it
anywhere.
says, this could go anywhere. You know, your spiritual word be boiling sometimes. And this one, this is a couple weeks ago, I think. And it says, Florida man receiving oral sex crashes head on into FedEx truck.
I get this. I see this. Somebody said this to me already.
Yeah. WPLG reported that a man and woman were found naked in an SUV after getting into a head-on collision with the truck. No pun intended. A head-on collision. Fort Lauderdale Fire Rescue said the woman was performing oral sex on the man while he drove the SUV leading to the incident. The two occupants of the FedEx truck suffered minor injuries. Rescue officials also said the SUV driver suffered injuries to the groin due to what happened during the crash. We can only imagine the injuries he suffered. WPLG reported that it is unsure if anyone will be charged. Hit me with it, my brother.
What can I say here? Roadhead is what it's called. You know, you're getting that roadhead. They drive in and, you know, a woman decides to service you. Obviously, you are the man, you drive in. She is the woman and she is. We don't want you driving. We don't want women driving and doing that. That don't make sense. But what I would say is, while a very intriguing experience, I would say it's not very safe road practices. Right?
I'm saying
it's very, very dangerous, particularly when you're driving on one of those major highways at speed. Right? Yeah. Be very cognizant and careful where you do your bedroom business. Not every place is to do bedroom business. If you are indeed
certainly not the road.
Not the road. Time and place. Time and place. You gotta know when and where to do things. And brother, if you know that the woman giving you that service and it is fire service to the point where you get Bambi legs, you start to tremble and think, brother man, you should be controlling a vehicle. She should be like Panadol or Night will be.
Yeah.
Don't operate heavy machine. Do not operate heavy machinery. If this woman decided to give the sloppy toppy, that is not the time and place to do. So we will tell everybody it is an exhilarating experience, but it's
a rush.
It is not something you should be doing on any road, particularly highways and byways.
No, folks. No, we just keep it real, right? We know it's a rush. You put the road, you get out, got 10,000 with 2 hand twists. We get it. We know it's a rush. But as Neil said, if you know that you can't multitask like that you can't get exactly the action and keep your eyes on the road and still be able to brake, you gonna left that out, fam. Unless this was the very first time that this woman was, you know,
and even then you should know better. You should know better, because it's like the first time you take like any prescription drug. If you take anything prescription drug, the first thing you say, look, let me be home. Shoot, any drug. Yeah. You don't promote drug use here on the channel, but if you're doing something that's illegal, and let's say you're trying to use strain or something or whatever, just do that in the safety and confidence of your home.
Even like, for example, I took something called the cleaner late last year, right?
Oh boy, yes sir.
Yeah. And as you said, Neil, certain things you're doing should be close to home. I took this thing, and it was, you know, as the name suggests, clean up the system, right? And it was up in Archer's Bay, St. Lucie. And this thing kick in. And all of a sudden, oh God, I catch a cold sweat trying to get home. You know what I mean? If you know that you can't contend with certain things, thank God, you know, I was able to clench and lock down everything and it made it home, you know what I mean? But if you know you can't, you know, got that kind of constitution, as the old people say, if you can't hold it together like that, you know what? This is for you, brother. If you got any kind of skills, that kind of, this is John, is a man.
John is a man of focus, commitment, sheer will.
But if you ain't got that kind of sheer will and determination, tell Sheila, whole strain till we get home, or let me pull off on the roof side of the road or something like that.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But to enter in the front, somebody head on, to enter in head-on collision really ain't making a sense to me.
And here's the joke, right? Brother mine, it ain't like as soon as she touch you, you start to lose your senses and faculty. You knew.
We hope not.
Well, we hope not. But you know, right? You know when it start to get good, you be like, you know what?
This is too much for me.
Let me put on my indicator and let me drift off the road. Let me stop. Right? Because this ain't making sense.
Yeah.
And you end up head on into somebody. Like,
no sense.
I understand.
No sense.
It's fun. It's fun, people. I ain't gonna tell you, it ain't fun. No, we've been young. We were younger men too, and we had low inhibitions and stuff like that. But certain things, man, you gotta be careful of, man.
Definitely.
Sure.
So Neil, since that was the short one, short, we can do another one for the spiritual word. Right
Two
now,
for
right?
the price of one. Hey.
2 for the price of 1, right? So, you ready, my brother?
I feel a setup coming on. There's a setup.
You ready?
Hey,
all right, so we staying in Florida. We staying with the spiritual word, right?
Florida.
Florida sets a limit for plastic surgeons who perform BBLs to 3 surgeries a day to avoid fatigue.
Wait. Read that again.
I shall. Florida sets a limit for plastic surgeons who perform BBLs to 3 surgeries a day to avoid fatigue.
Got it covered.
So clearly, the man workload was fairly high, right? South Florida has become the capital of the Brazilian butt lift, the BBL surgery, as women fly in from across the country to undergo the popular procedure. But as the MB6 investigators have been reporting for years, at least 19 women have lost their lives in our area following the cosmetic surgery in the last 5 years.
Damn.
Our reporting, rest in peace today, ladies. Our reporting prompted several studies that changed the way these surgeries are performed. In 2019, because of all the deaths, the Florida Board of Medicine put a rule stating that doctors could no longer inject fat into the muscle, said Dr. Pat Pazmino, a board-certified plastic surgeon based in Miami. But despite the changes and a new state law allowing the Florida Board of Medicine to better regulate and discipline doctors when a patient dies or is seriously hurt, the death rate from BBLs has increased. Now, as always with the spiritual word, the article is one thing, but the real juice is in the comment section. So we have these comments. That's why I made sure I was the first one in the morning, says this lady, not about to fall asleep with me on the table. Somebody says, yeah, because their positioning of the new navels are wild.
Looking like a Picasso.
Pretty much, they were just over my rib. Right?
Oh, Jackson Pollock.
Somebody says, this is great news. You can definitely tell the ones from retired doctors. Let them rest. Somebody says, this crazy. We're really at the end of times. Shaking my head. Somebody says, we're listening about to be 10 years long like Section 8. Somebody says, good, because some you can def tell they were tired on the job. Over to you, brother.
Yeah, how about let's not get Brazilian butt lifts? How about that?
How about that?
How about that? Do you know how crazy it is that a state has to set a limit with how many Brazilian butt lifts you have to do? And they set it to 3 a day. We talk about surgery.
Surgery.
And 3 to me sound like enough. That's not enough to me.
I'm saying.
But they had to restrict it to 3. That means it would be interesting to see the statistics before they put in these restrictions. Now, I find BBL and these augmentations very interesting because this ain't a one-off thing, you know. This is something people travel for. We've seen the pictures and videos of women cock up in the plane.
Yeah.
Cock up in the plane and can't sit down and stuff like that on the flight back home. And, you know, we think that this is something. If you do think that your body needs an augmentation, or remember I dare to say a reconditioning, please first think about it very carefully, and 2, if you decide to go and do it, be very, very sure and careful with who you go with, because things like reputation, things like workload, all of these things matter. So as surgeons, you don't want man in there so after a 14-hour day.
I'm breaking off sleep.
My barely had a little bagel, had a cream cheese bagel and a hot Sprite. And the man trying to operate on you as the third person. Like, please do your research before you go and you get these surgeries if you do feel that you need. Me personally, I don't feel that people should go for these surgeries, but again, I don't want to be called misogynistic or be told I am telling women what to do with their body. What I will tell women to do is to be very, very careful and cautious with what you do. To the people, if you're a surgeon and you're watching this, you can't be a very good BBL surgeon because you got time to watch me. But regardless, give me a like and a follow and a subscribe, and thanks for coming. But if you are one of these surgeons, please make sure that you're not taking on. I know there's money in it. I know the money is like here is upward of $30,000 per what they get 3 of them a day. That's $100,000 a day and stuff like that. I understand you're doing your working probably 4, 5, 6 days. Be very, very, very careful with the workload you take on, because you do not want to burn out yourself and be giving people a lopsided behind, a
misplaced navel,
people looking like a modern art expressionist piece. You don't want that. So be very, very careful, people.
I find it interesting that in a time when we talk about so much self-love, and because that's generally what we talk about these days, there's so much talk about self-love and stuff like that, that there has to be a cap placed on the number of body augmentations a surgeon can do in a day. As you said, Neil, you can't tell you what to do. It's your body, your choice. If you want to go and get the recondition parts, do so. Do like the one lady in the comments. Plan it so that you use the first body for the table and hope their body wasn't working overnight. That's all I can tell you. You know what I mean? Sure. This has been another Senate Short. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to ensure. Whoops. Hit the notification bell like how our friend hit the FedEx truck head on because he was getting some action to ensure.
Because he was getting some head on. He's getting some head on.
To ensure that you do not miss any content we got coming for you. We can see you guys again soon.
It's a contaminated environment. And the tutu's about that.